Welcome to Roll With It, your go-to podcast for all things cannabis.
We're your hosts, Julie Stevens and Brittney Guthrie, bring you our unfiltered perspectives on industry trends and cannabis culture today.
We are exploring the world of cannabis with leading industry experts, celebrity guests, and distinguished donors.
So grab your weed, grab your snacks, and let's roll with it.
The content shared on Roll With It podcast is the result of professional expertise and experience. While we encourage creativity and inspiration, please note that the strategies, insights, and discussions presented on this podcast are proprietary and based on years of professional work. We do not advise attempting to replicate or copy our methods without proper experience or qualifications. Roll With It podcast is meant to inform, entertain, and inspire, but not to serve as a blueprint for imitation. Always consult with qualified professionals before applying to your own work or life.
Alrighty.
Boom, 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 baby.
Yeah, I can see recording on the top. This is a good start.
Perfect. Yep,
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Roll With It Entertainment. It is Julie Stevens here with Brittney Guthrie. We're going to be sitting down today talking about all sorts of things and introduce you guys to our team, Cannabis Lane. So
that's right. This is an exciting episode for all of us. I just want to start by saying Happy New Year. And thank you for being the first episode of 2026. We've got Sasha Evans here with Cannabis Lane, a co-founder, and then we also have Scott Ross, who is the other co-founder of Cannabis Lane and also a member of the world famous Funky Bunch. So this is a fun little start for us this year. Super, super excited to have you guys. How are you doing? How's the new year?
Ooh, thank you for having us to kick off the new year. So far, so good. Can't complain. We're still just on the first end of it, so we'll see how it goes, but we've got high hopes.
Yes, high being the key word.
High hopes.
Well, sorry, Scott.
I said, hold on, let me turn this mic up over here.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's one of those recording mics that I have to assemble.
Yep.
This is my makeshift studio. So when I'm recording songs, it sounds like that.
Got all the tech.
Julie, wake up a little bit. Julie, wake up.
Oh, poor Julie. All right. Well, guys, I think for our audience today, we just want to start by asking you a little bit about what Cannabis Lane is and what would be a typical client for you guys.
All right. Well, I'll kick that off. For people who may not know much about us, you've just seen a little bit of us on social media with you two here on your podcast. What Cannabis Lane is a consulting agency. We work with the entertainment and cannabis space. So we work to connect people with various opportunities in the cannabis space, the entertainment space, affiliated spaces, whatever you're looking to do, we help you connect with that opportunity.
Gotcha. Okay. And as far as clientele, I mean, is it obviously you're trying to merge a couple worlds together? So in the cannabis side, who would be sort of a target person for this?
Yeah, cannabis space, typically like yourselves, we're working with brands, creators, individuals who maybe want to brand out a product or create a platform for themselves. So we help you connect those strategies, implementations, contacts, whatever you're needing. And then on the other hand, we also work with celebrities, icons, Funky Bunch, ones like that, to bring them into the cannabis space as well, bridging those gaps of knowledge, experience, consumption, and what that looks like.
Yeah, that's awesome. Everybody's making a comeback here. I love it.
Yeah. Maybe Scotty can talk a little bit more about the other kinds of clients that we work with. Who?
Wait, hold on. My microphone on or off? All right. This is a new platform for me. I've never been on this before.
No worries. We can hear you.
Totally different. As far as clients, man, we deal with all sorts of different clients. You know what I mean? As right now, we deal with more musical because that's my space. But we venture off into athletes and business owners and stuff like that. For this, I would say anyone willing to work with us that has a vision and wants to bring the vision to life. You know what I mean? So we're not just stuck with celebrity stuff. We want to have the culture inviting everyone to the platform. So it depends on what your vision is, you know. So we'll help bring that vision to light. So yeah, everybody is able to have an opportunity. So, and we like to work with cool people. You know what I mean? We don't want shit bags. Sorry.
Everyone that we've met with you guys has been awesome. So yeah, it's been really interesting seeing these worlds merge together. It's been fun with you guys. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
likewise.
Yeah, the entertainment industry and the cannabis industry.
Mhm.
What motivated you guys to create an agency specifically for the cannabis industry, since both of you don't really come from this background, and like what gap did you guys see that needed filling?
For me personally, coming into the cannabis industry came from a medical aspect. So I was a medical consumer before I entered into any kind of recreational consumption. And what I had noticed was the industry, it's very much geared towards other people who are in the industry. So some of the lingo, the language, the terms, I didn't find them as easy to understand for myself. And then if you add in chronic health issues, if you've got memory issues, anything like that, it becomes even harder to comprehend. And so I personally noticed that trying to, get wellness as opposed to recreational information was a little bit harder. And then, meeting Scotty, his journey into cannabis, the same thing is just finding ways to make it accessible and understandable to consumers. And then as well, like we had talked about, other artists or individuals wanting to enter the cannabis space, finding ways to make it understandable, relatable, easy to understand, and then take those concepts and put it into the plans that they want to achieve.
Well
Nice.
spoken. I ain't got to say a damn thing.
Rock and
Yeah.
roll. That's awesome.
Just making it more accessible for everyone.
Yeah. How are you guys going to handle all the compliance and regulatory issues? And I mean, you do North America right now. So what's a big difference between Canada and the States for what you guys are presenting to us?
A lot of it, as much as we see ourselves as different because we're federally legalized across Canada, and in the States, it's state specific. They're obviously going through regulations right now with the Farm Bill and how that impacts hemp. So there is a lot of differences in how THC, cannabis, hemp is defined. So that creates a bit of confusion. But, when you drill down to the plant itself, what it's for, and like we talked about, making things accessible, when you drill it down to the basics, you can then build back up. And so for someone, say like the Funky Bunch, if they wanted to come into the cannabis space and create a product, we figure out what does that look like? What is your end goal? And then bringing back, what do we need to do to get you there? So a lot of times, a lot of research. Where do you want to go? Is it going to be US or North America? What provinces, what states? And then we can figure out what kind of regulations do we need to bypass? What do we need to work with within those regulations? Where can we kind of break out of the box a little bit and be creative? But we really rely on people like yourselves. You're in the industry, you're subject matter experts. So if we're going to go to a specific province or a state or a product even, we're going to go to the people who know the most, who are the most experienced, who are reputable, and we're going to draw on their resources and information. And we're going to always align people with the accurate strategic placements that they need. So is that legal? Is that insurance? Is it marketing? Is it design? Is it people like yourselves where we want to create hype for the product? So all of these things, they play in together. So despite all of the regulations, the changes, everything like that, what is the common ground? And it's the plant. And who do we know that can help us connect that?
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I mean, you got to take some risks. Not all of them are going to pay out, but you have to be a little bit of a one step ahead kind of thing, because these regulations are constantly changing, and they're changing because people are rebelling and pushing and it's a power by numbers game a lot of the time. So it's important that we all kind of support these risky ventures and make them successful, because like, gosh, this industry would be so boring. Do you remember year one? It was very plain white, boring, cookie cutter. And it was because a lot of stores and brands started, you know, pushing back and saying, we want color and we want this, we want this. And yeah, it happens. It works. It's just, it's been really cool. And I want to support you guys, and I hope more people support you guys, because like this could be huge for everyone, you know. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah. Well, without regulations, there's chaos too. You know what I mean? And I feel like regulations, they're in place for reasons, and I feel like they're necessary, right? Unfortunately, there's some that aren't necessary, and it stunts the growth of individuals and companies and stuff like that. But as we weed through the cracks and get through the bushes and everything else, I think at the end result is a perfect product that is useful in society and used for things that will help. And I believe that's the goal of Cannabis Lane, is to do just that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel like it's a great industry. It just needs to be, you know, transparent, which it is, and there's good and bad with it. So
it's small, and it's still quite isolated. So people like you who are not coming from that background, that are willing to support, they should be, you know, we should all be willing to hear them out. You know?
Yeah, the interest is out there. It's just finding it and finding, you know, what is their specific interest, you know, because there's a lot of people, you know, artists who they may sing about cannabis, you know, their songs are talking about it, but that does not necessarily mean that they are actual consumers. So, you know, just figuring out, like, yeah, you may talk about it, but what does consumption actually look like for you?
Yeah, no, it sounds like you guys have a pretty big portfolio. That's awesome. You guys are involved with everyone, so it's great to have you on board. Can you guys walk us through a project you're proud of? Something that really shows what Cannabis Lane is capable of as an agency?
Well, generally speaking, we're just really proud of how far we've come since we started, you know, expanding our client base. We've worked a lot with, you know, ones like yourselves. We're also expanding in the business to business, artists, celebrities, obviously, and then brands entering the cannabis space. So as a whole, we're just really proud of the client base that we've been able to establish and work with. But specifically, one I would like to talk about, and I'll let Scotty go a little bit further, but the Roll With It podcast. We're very proud of the two of you and what you've become, what you've taken from that idea into a full-blown conversation, and, you know, actually watching you guys manifest your dreams. You know, this started out as an idea between the two of you, and then we were able to put in plans, strategies, you know, organization to help you get to exactly where you envisioned yourselves and what it takes to get there. And the outcome has been unbelievable. And so we're just very proud of literally what you have turned your idea into.
Thank you. I appreciate those kind words.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's been very inspiring to watch.
How do you guys feel being in the podcast lane too? Like, you know, I watched a lot of podcasts, and you guys are very funny and also informative. You know what I mean? So it's like you're balancing two different things, and your personalities, they don't clash. They actually work.
Well,
you know what I mean? but they do work, and it's like almost like one brings this to the table, the other one brings this to the table, and it works in the unison. You know what I mean? So I feel like as you guys go on, when we had our podcast with the Funky Bunch, we were together for 30-something years, right? We knew each other. So when we sat in a room, it was instantly easier. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I knew, you know, Terry's kids since they were born, you know what I mean? And now they're teenagers, you know what I mean? So it's almost like we got in a room, and then I see the chemistry with you guys, and it is quick. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, cool. That in itself takes a lot of practice and while to do it, but you guys clicked very easily. You know what I mean? And sometimes it could be off, sometimes it could be on, but that's the chemistry of any type of relationship, media or at home. You know what I mean? It's the same thing applies. So I think you guys are excellent in what you guys try to execute every day, and you guys don't go in without a plan. Sometimes you can, like, shit, we did shit off the hook. Like, what is the subject? Green, okay, you know what I mean? And we did everything with something green, whether it was a plant or whether it was the color green, or we put the pencil and the yellow together and you made one color. My favorite color is green, right? So it's just how you guys are doing it. I'm very proud of you guys. Very good stuff. Very good stuff.
Thank you.
That's ABC network stuff.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we have had to really learn about each other as we're going through this. Like, this is hard. This is hard stuff.
Yeah.
And like you said, like, good days, bad days, but we don't have 30 years of growing up together. So it was kind of like,
Right.
a friendship came out of something that was sort of more work focused. And but it's important because we want our guests to have fun. Like, I remember when I did my first podcast, and it was with a gentleman named Trevor Ball, and he's also Bougie Bong. And he makes bongs out. Oh, actually, I have one right here. So he makes bongs out of like different antiques and liquor bottles, and like, it's just beautiful, beautiful work. And we did it in his little minivan at a conference. It was really funky, all set up with chairs and stuff. And I left just on such a high, such a dopamine rush. I was like, this was so much fun. And I'm like, I want our guests to leave feeling like that was fun, but they also had a purpose there, and that they're not walking out regretting that they didn't say anything that they wanted people to hear. So, yeah. And I love working with Julie. Like, it's funny, but it's also like, we come from different perspectives of cannabis, so we can ask different questions and challenge our guests too, right?
Right. Julie is so focused on reading the next question, I believe she's going to go cross-eyed.
Yeah, she is correct.
Well, I think, is it my turn? It's my turn to ask a question.
Julie's like, come on, Brittney. Stay on tap.
I want to hear about trends going on right now, and what are you guys' plans here going into 2026 now? Like, what's the hot stuff that we need to be focused on, because the States has always got cooler things going on. Canada's just eagerly waiting to see what's going to be cool. So do you have any secrets for us?
You'll find out in 2026. Let me see. In a few more weeks, I would say. A few more weeks, you'll find out what we're cooking.
All right.
Yeah. But I mean, trends wise, what we see is
oh, you're gonna reveal it?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
TikTok dances. I'm out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Scotty's out.
Okay, back to normal.
No, trends, what we're seeing is exactly what you guys are doing. People and culture come first. That's what the plant is about. And ultimately, we're getting inundated with AI, and you should be doing this, and take a look at this, and try that. And so it's drilling down to what really matters in people's lives and what are they wanting. And it's really going back to that whole, sorry to do it, but Scotty's, the Funky Bunch, their song 90s Kind of Love. We're longing for that analog time. We miss when you could actually, you went to work or you went to school or whatever, and you checked out. And then you went and you had your family time, your personal time. You're not always checking in and being accountable. And people want to go back to that. So bringing back the culture and the vibe and, the community, that's what people want more of. So while we're seeing a lot on social media, what's actually happening is those in-person events. People actually wanting to get together and experience it, and then show and talk about it after, not leading up. So, it's just seeing more people really just getting into it and being with other people, community. So those are the biggest things, kind of the overarching trend.
Okay, I'm gonna release this one on them. You ready? Okay, so we like to do almost like a retreat for smokers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like a retreat, not in the same area. I'm talking about flying a plane to a nice little exotic spot, and it's just, that's the whole basis of it right then and there. Stories, fire, this, that, like an experience, right? So we want to create that for 2026. So that's what is up here.
Very cool. I did a cannabis ceremony for the first time last year. Beautiful. Like, it was just one joint. Everybody smoked that same joint at the the same time. There's hundreds of people. It was really cool. It was really cool. And then we watched some psychedelic experience on the screen, and then a bunch of people were playing instruments on the stage, and it was like everybody was sort of dancing and just vibing, and like the floor was just
Right.
like electric, you know what I mean? It was so cool, and I'm like, I want this for multiple days at your retreat.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
So fun.
Exactly. Yep. Music is healing. Cannabis is healing. Why not bridge all of those different industries together and give people what they're truly craving?
The collaboration.
Yep. Exactly.
Collaboration.
Yep.
Yeah. No, for
Bring
sure.
it all together.
That's what we
That
need.
seems super vital in this industry. So what type of partnerships are you guys seeking out, and what do you look for in the businesses that you choose to work with?
For me, it's consistency, right? We
Yeah.
like to give it those who have a vision, and we like the businesses to actually look for innovative products too. You know, something that's different to be on the market, not the same shit I see all the time, but something different, something that actually people say, "Oh shit, I didn't even think this was possible." You know, so I like to break barriers and certain things. We all know that, you know, the typical smoke. We all know that. I feel like this industry has so much potential to further its material. Like, you know, say for example, it is teaching people how to grow, right? People may say, "I don't know how to grow shit. I got a lamp and a bud," but you know what I'm saying? It's a way of cultivating everything. You know what I mean? So those are important too for those who want to be growers. You know what I mean? So I'm learning all this in a matter of a year with Sasha, who is a guru. You guys at the same time. I just see this whole thing being such a big piece of like culture, right? Back to your question, I would like to work with those who have a vision, visionaries, and also those who are consistent and not wanting to just use our Rolodex to get their products into the system and utilize what we're doing and not being 100% transparent. I'll sniff that shit out in a few minutes on the conversation. So just if whoever watches this, I just don't have time to bullshit.
Yeah, it's not just about slapping a label on a product and creating short-term hype. We want people who have that long-term vision, who want to create something real, sustainable, engaging, and is for the culture and the community, not just, I'm going to make a quick buck off this and flip it and turn it on to the next thing. We want people who are actually invested.
Yeah.
Story.
It's true.
Story.
Yeah.
You
And
can
you know what?
all the F's out too if you want to.
Yeah, there's some great companies out there that will be that invested, because they're not just invested in the sales part. They're invested in the story. They're invested in the experience they can add to events. And it's like, I'm really, really impressed with certain companies that I've seen that just do so much, give so much back to the community. And like, yeah, they're struggling like everybody else. They have the same problems as everyone else, but they push through, and they just, you know, it's like people are medicine too, right? When you do events and music and entertainment, like you're helping heal people through laughter or education or whatever that is. So yeah, that's really cool. I mean, we've talked a lot, guys, and we've covered quite a bit. Is there any other projects or anything that you guys have coming up now that we're into 2026 that you're allowed to share?
Well, we've got a few things. I mean, generally we're turning Cannabis Lane into a hub. You know, we really play off of that lane, you know, play on words, where it's a destination, it's a journey, you know, so you're coming onto Cannabis Lane and we help you find all of those different avenues that you can take. So really building out that core of the different placements, the brands, the hows, the whys, the wheres, you know, and then now, like Scotty said, we're coming into the time where we can start showing those things that we've built. So while we can't say specifically, you know, we've done the odd announcement on our social media that we're working with obviously artists like the Funky Bunch, Digital Underground, Candyman. You're going to hear more coming out from the Funky Bunch with various artists that they're working with. We're going to tie into that a little bit more on the Cannabis Lane side. You may see us pop up at concerts, things like that. So those are the kinds of things that we're moving more into the showcasing of what we've been building behind the scenes, kind of underground. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know a lot of brands are wanting that kind of exposure, and sometimes it just starts with a gift basket in the back room, but like it's something. And there are some brands here that are working in the States now as well. So like there's a lot of opportunity to kind of merge that growth if you're looking at, doing the entirety of North America for your product. So no, that's exciting. I'm excited for hopefully some new ventures with you guys this year too.
Absolutely.
Julie, what are you excited about for 2026? What's
I want to go down the States. I'm fucking over Canada. I'm like, I want to join you, Scotty and Sasha.
Yeah.
Come on down. Well, actually,
like, whatever you guys got going on down there, I want to join.
Yep.
Well,
Julie's always down with the fun.
Cannabis Lane. Once it's all, it's in incubation, but not really. We're actually the chicken's in there. I can see it. So what we want to do is basically take what we built and make that an event. If that makes sense. So I went to a cannabis event and it had Method Man and Redman there, and it was all these pop-ups was around it, and then they had the concert. That's what I want to do. So I want to in that lane, you know what I mean, right in there where we're connecting everyone together, we're building the brands together, we're helping this one do that and helping this one do that, and giving you the music, not just with hip-hop, but also all the other genres of music. I'm just not in that one lane. I'm in several lanes when it comes to entertainment and music, and special speakers that that have experiences and stuff like that, and sharing all kinds of things. I think that's just the way it would build in 2026.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree. Focus on selling that emotion and experience.
Exactly.
Everybody will love it. And honestly, with cannabis beverages and dab bars, and we've done topical pop-ups at events. We're doing little hand and arm massages. Like there's lots of fun stuff.
And listen, I'm sorry, Brittney, I learned about the food.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, wait, we can have food with some what? So it's like, I'm telling you, the way we have this mapped out, it's a whole thing from beginning to end. To you put your head on the pillow. Oh, that was so great, and you're right back in it the next day. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yes, it's a great concept. I'm excited. I think there's a lot of people that are going to be supporting this kind of venture as well, and especially watch Alberta is a good province to watch. Yeah,
exactly. And those are the kinds of things that, even though Canada maybe was ahead of the US on certain levels, we're behind on others, like the entertainment, the promotion. They really want to keep things safe for kids, obviously. But we can see those glimmers of hope where we're starting to see more of the influence of the culture and the experiences that US has starting to come into Canada, and really showcasing that cannabis is just like alcohol, where it's an accessory to your experience, and whatever you want to have, whether it's at a concert, you're going to a festival, you're just walking around a museum, whatever you want, cannabis is there, just like other things, and just making it part of your lifestyle, your wellness, your fun, and in those strategic, mindful ways.
Yeah, well said. No, that's awesome, guys. I really appreciate you guys finally coming on.
Thank you guys for having us.
It's been a crazy year, and you guys have been so supportive, and kind of pushed us out of our comfort zones many times. Like this is kind of wild, the stuff that we've been up to. So definitely appreciate you guys, and
appreciate you guys as well.
Yes. Yeah, we appreciate you guys taking us along with your journey and getting to literally roll with it with you guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's been interesting.
Don't forget to go to the website and order the book.
Oh, yep. There you go.
You know, and hoodies.
Hey, there you go.
I'm supporting everything. You know, we need some of these roll with it books, and we need some roll with it hoodie t-shirt. Come on now.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, we need some accessories. I want a jersey. I want to do jerseys.
Jersey, yes.
Yeah.
Cannabis Lane. I got Cannabis Lane. Not over here, but it's on one of those stickers. I ordered it, so it's
Patch.
yeah. So you'll see.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's been fun, you guys. Thanks for
Thank you.
coming on
Yeah, thank you
and
for having us.
discussing everything. I'm excited for 2026. See what happens, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Who's editing all this shit?
We'll have lots more to share.
Who's
That
gonna
would
be
be
doing
Julie.
all the cutting up and editing and all that other
This
stuff?
is live.
Yeah, you didn't
All
know.
right, good. Hey, if you're live
Whoops.
that.
Julie's like, great, more editing to do. Thanks.
I'm just posting this. I'm not editing anything.
Don't edit. That's right. Just post the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're good. We're all friends here. All right.
Exactly.
Post it.
This is how
Thank
it
you
is.
so much, you
Thank
guys.
you,
This is
Julie.
an episode of Roll with
Britt.
It. Thank you for
Tasha
joining
Fist.
us.
Yep.
Peace out.
Thank you so much,
Peace.
guys.
All right. Have a lovely day.
You too.
Bye.
Happy 2026.
Bye.